All right, good morning. Welcome to the Jesus Awesome Podcast. I'm Ambassador Lee reading the book of John this morning. Before you get to John 3:16, you get to John 3:14 and 3:15. And Jesus says, "And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness," it was a serpent, it was a golden serpent on a stick that he lifted up in the wilderness. I don't know if y'all remember that story, but the Israelites had been sinning. God sent a bunch of snakes, kill everybody. If you wanted to be healed and saved, you had to look up and see this serpent on a stick, which is the same, it's kind of like a representation. You got to see your sin. You got to recognize your sin. Very important for healing. You've got to recognize your sin. If you don't recognize it, the 12 steps. If you don't recognize your problems, you can't really get over them. And so he made them look at their sin, and Moses held up this stick with a serpent on it. It's pretty wild. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. Like Christ on the cross, he's lifted up. You see him. He's the one who carries our sin, right? You've got to look at the cross. Look to the cross, because that's where salvation comes from. It's such a wild scene, man. And there's a god called, I think it's Asclepius. And it's a Greek god. And he's the Greek god of healing. And, the gods are always trying to steal and pervert the things of Jesus. It's just the way it is, And I used to see all those on the sides of the ambulances, right? It's a rod with a serpent on it, right? That's the healing god of Asclepius, and it's part of all of our, our medical care services. And most people think, oh, that's so devilish, right? It comes from Asclepius, but it really comes originally from Moses, and that's where the true healing comes from. So I used to be real negative about that sign that I would see on ambulances, but it's not as negative as I thought, because it really originally comes from God and healing the people of Israel. All right, have a great day.